starting any exercise program, always get cleared by primary care doctor.
Hey there, Jed Coburnus here with the Exercise Physiology Show. We talk about physiology of the mind, physiology of the body, physiology of the spirit. Today's episode is about the microwave versus the stovetop. Who am I? I am an exercise physiologist. I am former fat kid, former slightly overweight adult, and just an overall person who cares about a person's health, where, you know, all I do is learn, I read. I'm a pretty dang good filter for the internet. The internet has a lot of resources out there, and you gotta just be careful with which one you're reading, right? Reading or watching, or just depends on how you're consuming information, because right now, I mean, you're consuming information from me, right? And I appreciate that, but you just, you know, you got to be careful nowadays. Good morning, Esther. Right on. Coming to you from Periscope today. If you're seeing this on a recording or replay through YouTube, through my blog, through any other channel, it happens, right? It's all about consuming information, and that's all I do on a daily basis for you. So I get an awesome question from Kathy Gardner. She is a rockin' client of mine, a friend of mine, my sister in, you know, faith, sister from another mister in our faith. So her question is the microwave versus the stovetop. What's healthier to use, right? My initial gut reaction to that is both, right? It doesn't matter. It does if you're looking at, you know, microscopic levels of food, because the microwave uses it's like 2.45 hertz or something like that to that's why it is microwaves. Right? Microwaves to heat it, and it only heats certain parts, and it's not, you know, it doesn't have the ability to heat the food the way it needs to be. But here's the bottom line for that. Here's my take. You know, if you're gonna go out to eat, hopefully you can hear me okay, and hopefully there's no static or feedback. Trying a few different things out for sound, but yeah, it just depends on. Sweet, thanks, Esther. It just depends on what you're eating, right? I'm a very simple person. I'm simplistic. If I'm going to be eating crap food, I'm talking like artificial food that has an expiration date of 6 months to a year from now, or I'm going to heat up something very healthy, right? I'm talking like some chicken, some broccoli, some quinoa or something, and you mix all that together. Use the microwave, right? You can use the microwave. If I'm going to heat up some ramen noodles and use the stovetop, what? Really? I mean, that's my take. I mean, I'm very simple. If you're talking like microscopic levels, sure. If you're talking, use the stovetop. But if your struggle is the food itself, like what kinds of foods you want to consume, what kinds of foods you want to eat, then at the end of the day, it really doesn't matter. I mean, it does matter, but what is the overall root problem, if you will, right? What kinds of foods are you taking in? Microwave versus stovetop. Both. It's both. They're stovetop always is going to outweigh, right? Stovetop is a natural way of heat, right? You're not using microwaves, but that's it, right? That microwave is convenient, and if you need to heat your food up really fast versus grabbing your high carbohydrate, your high sugar granola bar, or heat up something really, like heat up an egg in the microwave, grab that egg. It's going to take you just as long, and you're going to have a lot more nutrients in that egg. It's as simple as that, and that's the way I live. I live a very simple life. I don't like to complicate things. Sometimes it gets complicated, right? Life can get complicated, but grab what is ever convenient, because as human beings we go to the path of least resistance. I mean, that is literally how we operate. If you don't believe that, then why do you keep cutting corners to get to the end of the day? Why do you keep cutting corners and not do the extra stuff in your life to live a healthy, happy, full lifestyle? That should be the question, right? But it's not. The question was microwave versus stovetop, and it's a great question, Kathy. I really appreciate that question. There just is, in my opinion, the answer is stovetop, but and on the other spectrum, on the other side, it's both. Find convenience for you. And I think that's about it on that question. If anybody else has any questions, always feel free to send them to me via text message, jedcobernus.com. You can email me, ygt@jedcobernus.com. YGT stands for You Got This. I say it all the time. I am the founder of YGT Fitness. It's an online platform. It's an online coaching for health and wellness and anything else that you would need to be coached on. But I specifically coach. My expertise is in health and wellness. But that's YGT Fitness. But aside from that, any other questions? I'm always willing to answer questions. I'm always willing to share my knowledge, my experience, my understanding, my purpose with anybody who wants to help themselves. You just have to help you first, right? So when you're thinking, oh man, what should I don't have time to heat up all of this food, because I've read online that the microwave isn't good for you, or I could just not eat. Well, that's not the point, right? The point is you need to eat breakfast. Let's say you're heading out the door and you need to eat breakfast, but you don't want to heat it up. Well, that's fine. Eat it cold. Most people don't want to eat food cold. I'll eat food cold. But if you need to heat it up to eat it, throw it in the microwave. Do you agree with that? Maybe. Do you not? That's okay. 30 years from now, are we all going to have some kind of cancer from the microwaves that were the atoms that are heating up? Maybe. But you can't change yesterday, right? And you have to live for today and prepare for tomorrow. That's really what it comes down to. It's just being able to do all of that. So there it is. Microwave versus stovetop. Both. Pretty short one today, but if you're looking for workout advice, workouts, anything else, you can find it at jedcobernus.com. If you're looking for 60 free workouts, go to jedcobernus.com/60 free workouts. They're built and put together in an exact order to show you progress. If you can't measure it, you can't grow it. That's really what it comes down to. And those 60 workouts from 1 to 60 have been built to measure and show progress. There it is. As always, if you're willing to change from the neck up, you will change from the neck down. I do. I believe in you. Now it's your turn to believe in you. Bye for now.